fighting drugs and going. He was caught in one of those cycles where he's clean and then like after two or 3 weeks, you know, he'd have a fallout with his wife, make a reason to fight, leaves for God knows how many days, and then he comes back. You know, they had that pattern. You know, anybody ever know anybody that's ever had that pattern? You know,
Amen.
they go and then they come. They go and then they come. You know, come and sleep for all these days, and then they stay for a while. Then then they frustrate the wife or whatever, and then they leave. And so I was talking to them, and they kind of put me through hell a little bit, just a little bit, because the guy wanted prayer, and the woman, I got kind of caught up in the moment, and I was praying for him, and then she kind of wanted prayer, so I said, but as I was praying for her, she was praying against me, and it almost hurt me, because I got rusty, and as I prayed for her, after I went home, like about an hour or two later, I developed a lump in my bladder, and it was so familiar to me having these types of things happen that I already had bought it. I was like thinking, okay, this is it. You know, here's my judgment, and now I was going with it. And Anna goes, let me pray for you, and I was like, oh, all right. I didn't really think much of it. She prayed, and within an hour it was gone, and I was like, whoa, man, I almost bought that one. You know what I mean? I almost bought that one. I mean, because that's how real it was. I felt it. It wasn't just like a knot. It just came there. You know, but I've invested so much in her that I reap it back. You know what I mean? And so we have to be that way. Like, we can't just put up with something that just appears there. You know? Oh, well, I guess I'm jacked up now. You know, we better learn to fight against it. And we need to, in 2020, we can't be healing people that are not going to change. Like, I have not found any stories in the Bible where Jesus healed them and they didn't follow him. Because it seems like they followed him. If you know they're not going to follow, why are we healing them? Because healing is real. So they kind of grieved me with that. And then, they were both communicating with me that they're going to come to church. And so today I got that text. I'm not going to go. We already went to the other church because they're Catholic, which is cool. She is. And I told them, it's all good, I didn't, persecute them for that. I was like, no problem. And he's like, oh, well, I already went to her church, so, I'm not going to make it. I'm tired. Boy, did I let him have it. I told him everything but called him a coward, which I was just like ready to do. Because it's going to take that kind of a rebuking to help people in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe later today or, eventually he ends up coming. I let him have it. I told him, when you're strong enough, and you're man enough to face this and, and you want to sacrifice, your laziness and stuff and come and really see some change. I can't even remember all the stuff I told him, but I gave it to him. I did. And because it's that righteous indignation on the inside that just says, man, this is all your fault.
Yes.
It all begins with you.
Yes.
I see why she's like she is now. Because I got to see how she was, But now I see her frustration. And he better hope she doesn't message them and say, good luck. But it's going to take that in 2020. 2019, we've been sugarcoating it and babying people, and we're going to have to tell them how it is.
That's right.
Dude, you're going to hell. It's simple. You got your ticket already. You're going to hell. It's simple. You can't do what you're doing and expect to go to heaven. It's over, right?
That's right.
Well, let's stand up and